The conservation games continue, and we've got a lovely pair of guests once again here. We've got two former Zimbabwean cricketers, Andy Bunduwala, who's got a wealth of experience, of course, in the sport, and has represented Zimbabwe at international level, coached the national side, and is currently working at Peterhouse College. Bundu, I haven't seen you in a while. You're looking well and strong.
Thanks, Tino. Yeah, I am, and great to be on this little show of yours, and good to have you as our what do you call it? As our
match master.
Match master.
That means I'm the boss, and I decide when things are right or wrong.
Be the boss.
Payback.
Very quickly before we go on, Bundu, affectionately known as Bundu, where does that come from?
You sure got one of my questions? I don't want to give the answer.
It's not one of your questions, I promise you that.
It comes from my dad. My dad was nicknamed Bundu, and it just carried on from there.
Okay.
And I don't know why he was called Bundu. He did have a really hairy chestnut, so maybe that was the reason.
Maybe that's what it was. All right, cool. Doug, good to see you. Looking well. I was just about to say, very dapper, but I've already match-mastered one of your Buffaloes games, and I'm not so sure until I've seen the bottom half. But anyway, good to see you.
Yeah, you too, Tino, looking well.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Right. I'm going to start with you. Is that you, Bundu?
Sorry, those were dogs.
Not a problem. Right. Yeah. Let's move on to the toss. Doug, I'll give you the choice of the toss, right or left hand of mine.
I'll go with your left hand.
My left hand. Okay, you got it wrong. Bundu, you get the choice. Do you want to ask first, or are you going to be questioned first?
I think I'd like to receive the questions, because I just want to see if Doug's going to be mean on me or not. And if he's not so mean, then I'm definitely going to give him the rough one.
All right, let's get started then.
Yep.
All the points count, Bundu. So yeah, there we go.
Let's go, Doug. A couple of questions.
Okay, right. So Bundu, the first question is, England toured Zimbabwe in 1997 in what was a wonderful tour for Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe beat England 3-0. In the third match, Zim scored 249 and England were all out for 118. Who ripped through the England batting order, and how many wickets did he take?
Oh no, I can't believe you do that to me. Why would they ask a question like that? I know we won 3-0. I'm gonna guess it's someone like Paul Strang, either Paul or Streaky.
Okay, wow, so we're talking about this was the third ODI in the series. The last
ODI.
Who ripped the England batting lineup, and how many did he get?
Oh, that's a tough question. I'm going to say, yeah, because I only got 187, so he would have, Paul would have come on later. So I'm going to go with his streak, and I'm going to say he picked up 4 wickets.
Okay. It was Etta Brandy's. It was Etta Brandy's, and you got 5.
Oh,
that's the hat-trick game, Bundu. Oh. Yeah, that's 2 free points there. All right. Let's move on to the next one.
Right, your second question, Bundu. You were part of that very powerful team when you played in 2 test matches against England. Who captained the English team in that series?
That I do know. Michael Atherton.
Michael Atherton. All right. So first points on the board for you, Bundu. 2 points.
Thanks, Doug.
And the 2 questions for you, Doug, in the first round, please.
Excuse me while I look. Douglas. In India, your match in 2002, Zimbabwe beat India by 1 wicket with 2 balls remaining. Your innings in this match was undoubtedly one of the best match finishes innings we have seen in the history of Zimbabwe cricket. What was your strike rate in that inning?
Oh, if I have to do a bit of maths quickly, I reckon it was, do I get a bit of leeway here, Tino? Sort of like 10% either way. I've seen you doing that with other guys. It'd be nice to me.
I'll give you 10 either way. 10 either way is fair.
Okay, so I think I got 56 of 24 balls. My maths is not so good, so I'm going to say 210%.
Just out. It was actually 233. If you had given me...
Don't I get a quick... Can't I answer and get a point, Tino?
No, not in this section. In the next section, you can, Bundu. In the conservation section.
I got a 240, Dougie. I knew that.
All right, no points there. Then second question, please, Bundu.
Second question. I'm going to be kind to you, Doug, because you were kind to me, and I reckon you will know this because it's because I think it's something you should be proud of. In your last test match against Sri Lanka in 2002, you took 4 wickets in the first innings with your any spin, they call it. That's a bit harsh, Doug, because I thought you were quite a good bowler.
Whatever came out.
Can you remember your 4 victims?
I can't. I remember one. I got Kumar Sangakkara out, so it was a big notch because obviously he was one of the great games.
You remember that?
I'm
I'll
going to have to guess.
I'll tell you what.
I'll have to guess. Yeah.
Give me another 2. I'll give you the full marks.
Oh, it says all 4, Tino.
Yeah, I'm the match master. Remember, Bundu? I decide.
Okay, so I'm going to go with. I'm going to go for the big names because obviously that's going to pump up my profile. I don't think I got these. Tilakarakni Dilshan.
No. Sorry.
No. Pereira? Was it Pereira?
No, there wasn't. I think we can let this go, eh? Yeah.
Let this one.
I did try. All right, so.
Yeah, thanks, Tino. I appreciate that.
At the end of the first section, Bundu, you lead 2 points to 0. We're going to move on now to the most important questions, of course, which are the conservation questions. So, Bundu, you answered first. Doug, I think you can answer first this time. Before we get into it, I understand your favorite Zimbabwean conservationist is Craig Wishart. Why is that?
Yeah. Well, because Craig believes that he's David Attenborough. When you ever go in the bush with him, he tries to tell you everything there is to know about flora and fauna and what animals do, etc.
Is he often right about it?
Well, he's not he's a fairly big guy. You don't really argue with a guy like that.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay. I get that. Right, let's move on to your first question then. Your favorite park is Mana Pools, and your favorite animal is the giraffe. What is the average length of an adult giraffe's tongue? I will give you a range of 5 centimeters.
Okay, so I think at its maximum, it's 45 centimeters.
Well done, Doug.
I'll give it to you. Well done. 2 points to you, Doug. In this section, by the way, Bundu, this is when if Doug doesn't get the question right, we'll give it to you for a bonus point.
Okay.
We'll move on to the next question then. Doug, you love the lower Zambezi and Mana pools. Can you name the national park on the Zambian side opposite Mana?
I would say that must be the Lower Zambezi National Park.
Absolutely. Well done. Another 2 points.
Douglas.
So, Bundu, you trail at the moment 4-2, but of course you've got 2 conservation questions here that I'm pretty sure you can muster some points and try and get ahead of Doug. Right. You are renowned to have an affinity for the bush in Zimbabwe. We know you love the Zambezi Valley. Why?
Oh, it's just the most beautiful place in the world. You go down to Mana Pools, the size of the trees, the amount of animals. It's just the most beautiful place in the world.
Absolutely. All right. Good. Let's move on to your first question. Can you name 4 major national parks around Zimbabwe?
Well, Mana Pools.
Yes.
Matusi Ghana, Wanky National Park, and Gonera Zoo.
Absolutely. Well done. 2 points. Takes you to equal with Doug Marillier at the moment. One more conservation question for you. Your favorite animal is the elephant. Have you ever noticed how silently an elephant walks through the bush for such a large animal? They have a round foot and they have a long foot. Which one is front and which one is back?
Round is the front and the sort of oval shape is the back.
Absolutely. Well done. Another 2 points. We're going to go away for a few seconds. We're going to have a little commercial break and we'll be back with you in just a moment.
Our wildlife needs help. Tourism to Africa is at an all-time low. You can assist by liking and sharing the conservation games. You can contribute financially by hitting the donate button on the Zambezia.com website. Let's get together and back up the frontline conservation team.
Welcome back to yet another exciting game of conservation games. We've got Andy Waller and Doug Marillier this evening. We've just gone through the first couple of rounds. The conservation questions are done. Let's move on then, gentlemen, to our next session of questions, which is the last one, where you'll be asking your opponent on your own career. Doug, I'm going to ask you this time to question Bundu first, please.
Right, Bundu. So a couple of questions about me. Some of them I think you know, so I'm going to try and pick the ones that are a little bit more difficult. In what year did I make my test debut?
2002, December, against New Zealand, I think it was.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, right. Second question. What school did I go to?
Eaglesvale was a senior school, and is that the senior school you're asking?
Eaglesvale's for 2 points. Eaglesvale's what I'm looking for. Well done.
Senior school.
There's actually, Doug, there's been quite a few Zimbabwean cricketers from Eaglesvale over the years. You care to share a few?
Yeah, listen, I was at the back end of that, to be honest. There was one or two, I think only one below me, that was Pete Rinke, but above me there were a number of guys that came to the system, all within a small space of time. Dirk Viljoen, Gary Brent, the Manusas brothers, you will remember. I don't know if they didn't play representative cricket at senior level, but definitely at junior level. Andy Blochnout, Paul Grobler. Yeah, there was a lot of guys. Gary Brent, don't forget. A lot of guys that came through the system. We just had a very strong batch of cricketers, one or two every year, in fact, for that period.
Okay. Pete Rinke later on in the years as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. Bundu, last couple of questions, please, for Doug.
Douglas, first one. When was my last test match and against who?
Okay, so two-part question. Does that mean I get 4 points if I get it right?
No, you get 2 points. If you get half of it right, you get 1. Nice try.
Okay, so your last test match was probably 2 weeks after your first test match. And that was in December 1990. It was against England, December. 1 second, I've just got to work it out. 1996.
Well done. 2 points. Last question, please, Bundu.
Douglas, second question. On both our debuts, we had the same umpire. No, don't worry. That's not one of the questions.
That would have been hectic.
I thought I'd catch you there, but I'm better not. Douglas, I'm going to do an easy one for you. When did what was my highest batting score in ODI?
So they talk about it quite a bit, Bundu. It was 83 against Sri Lanka in the World Cup. But correct, is that right?
It is correct. Well done.
It is absolutely.
But there's more to
correct.
it. There's more to it, because the theory goes that in those days it wasn't televised, or that particular game wasn't televised, and the scoreboard was done manually. And there was a period of time where there was such a flurry of runs that came through that there was a suggestion that perhaps the scoreboard and the scorers got it wrong, and maybe some of the runs that went to the other batsmen that you were batting with were actually your runs. So the theory is you might have got 100 in that game.
It's a true story.
Right? I like your story.
But it is a true story, Tino. But you know, the annoying thing is, you know who I think some of the runs went to was that young Andy Flower, who actually got 100 on debut in that game. So I don't mind.
Yeah. Went to a good person. Was this the 96 World Cup by any chance?
No, it was the 92 World Cup. In, New Zealand.
But another interesting fact was, at the time, that 83 runs came off 45 balls, which at the time was a World Cup record.
Unheard of, right?
But more importantly, the 50 came off 32 balls, which was definitely unheard of.
Douglas, you've been doing your homework.
He has been doing his homework. Absolutely.
It was only a record for a couple of days, because I think Martin Crowe broke it a couple of days later.
Right. I'm very, very impressed. Well done, gentlemen. So that's the end of round 3. And of course, it comes down to the wacky wild card to see who is going to win this crucial encounter. I've got 5 cards, gentlemen.
Can we pick our own?
As you know, yes, you can pick your own. I'll tell you how we're going to do this. That's card number 1, 2,
Right.
3, 4, 5. Bundu, I'll let you go first because you look quite excited to get into this. So you pick a number, I'll pick the card, and I'll show you what you're going to do for us.
There's about 4 that I don't want.
Good luck.
Let me go for number 5 for luck, yeah.
Card number 5. This is going to be interesting.
Giraffe, rock, gallop.
This is out of 5 marks, by the way, gentlemen, just to let you know.
Is there a criteria for judging for numbers here, Tino?
I decide that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got to give Shells my iPad because I'm going out here. Huh?
No problem.
Okay.
Make sure you've got as much space as you need. You're going out into the forest there, Bundu.
Okay.
Charles, can you drop the camera a bit, please, for me? Ah, Bundu, I like it. Oh, brilliant, Bundu. That is one of the better ones that I've seen, to be honest.
Oh, Tino, you're a good man. Thank you.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you 4 marks for that.
Wow. It's like you, Tino. I'm glad it's you and not Dirk, because Dirk would have given me 1 or 2.
I'm going to give you 4 marks for that. Pretty impressive.
Oh,
and
this is a tough one.
4 cards to pick from. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, I'm going to go for number 4, please, Tino.
You're going to go for card number 4. It's the Rhino Run and Charge.
Douglas.
Wow. Okay.
Could have borrowed mine.
Bundu, I see you were well prepared.
I was prepared, Tino.
I like that.
I too am going to hand over to Shell.
Okay.
To 1 second.
I must say, you're a pretty smartly dressed rhino.
Yeah, you see? Right. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Wait, I can't see.
Don't tell me you didn't see that one.
I saw that one perfectly.
That was good. No,
I saw that one
was
perfectly.
good. That's what the rhinos do.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to have to give you 3, Doug.
Wow.
I thought that
That's not on you. I would have given you 3.5, Doug.
I thought that was a really good effort, but I'm only going to be able to give you 3. All right, guys. So at the end of that, Bundu, you pipped Douglas, but a really good effort, guys. Thanks a lot for taking part. Thanks a lot for taking time out of your busy schedule, of course, to be a part and support the conservation games. Just before you leave, any words on conservation from either of you, please?
Douglas, can I go?
You carry on first, Bundu.
Tino, first, thanks a lot. Hey, Doug, thanks. Great game. Really enjoyed it. I would firstly like to say a really big thanks to Robin and Luke and their wonderful team. You know what I also would like to say? Thanks to those amazing guys down south, those the Springbok players who are competing in this. To get guys like Cormac Krieger, Nick Mallett, and all those sort of guys, I think it's wonderful that they're supporting our cause up here. So, you know, it just means that there's a chance of our grandchildren getting to see the wildlife that we've been lucky to see. So, to everyone, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah. And for me, ditto, 100% everything you said. Not only the guys from South Africa, who we really appreciate, but also the guys that are, I suppose, have roots in this part of the world that are based all over the world. The effort that's been made in different time zones by everyone. And to the guys that are presenting, Tino, Dirk, Cos, fantastic for giving your time up so regularly to do it. And we just hope that it all culminates in getting some money forward for these guys to look after what we love so much.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks a lot then, guys. That's all we've got from you from game number 8 in the conservation games. Andy Waller, aka Bundu of Team Lion, just pipping Doug Marillier of Team Buffalo. But as I said, guys, thanks a lot for taking time out, and especially in these times that we have at the moment. Hope you stay on with us for the rest of the games, and we wish both of your teams all the very best. To the viewers, thanks a lot for being with us. Please remember to visit the website www.zambezia.com and see all the wonderful work that people are doing, of course, across the Zambezia region in conservation. And if you so wish, there's an opportunity for you there to contribute yourself, and if you so wish, to raise some funds with the team. So until next time, guys, take care, and thanks for being with us.